Hi everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw Takara. Alright, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself. And then I'll switch over to Sharpie. So don't worry about if you can't see this. This is all for me, just to make sure that I get everything in the right space. Make sure I get a good pose. And then I'll switch over so you can see it. But for now, it's just me, just getting everything down, making sure that I have it in the right place. And then you'll be able to play along too. Now, hopefully this won't take me very long, because this is the third time I've done this. Sometimes videoing, or videography, whatever you want to call it, doesn't work out. It doesn't go the way he's planned. So camera stopped, bumped it, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I already know the pose. I just got to see if I can reproduce what I was doing. And I'm looking at it, so maybe I'll show you the second one, or the first one. But you know what I can do though? I can fix one of the mistakes that I did, which was have this hand too close. I liked it. It came out really good. Maybe I will show it to you. But it kind of fell into the way of the rest of it in certain parts. So let me see what I can do here. Okay. This looks about right. Yeah, we're looking pretty close to what I had before, so this looks really good. I guess that's the nice thing, is I'm actually looking at a drawing, and instead of just making it up. Like the first time I had to make it up. This time I get to actually just draw what I did before, you know? So it's kind of nice. Alright, let's see if I can get this right. So the last time too, it was a little more difficult because it bled just a little bit too much. So maybe I'll try to take that into account this time and keep it from bleeding, because I know where I'm going with this. Alright. Let's see. Okay, this is looking about right. Looking about like what I had before. And I think we're pretty close. We're really close to what I had. Okay. Alright, so let's see. If I do like this, yeah, and that makes that hand further back, because that was the downside, is I had this hand like right over this. So it was a great pose, but it didn't work out with the detail, because I lost quite a bit. Okay, let's see, how did I have that? That was something like this, and I had this back here like that, and this part was covered up too. The little hair bun, some of that was covered up because of the way it was. So I like this a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. Let me draw some of the details in right here for the fingers. And so see, yeah, I'm still coming over that part just a little bit more than I wanted, but it's gonna work. Okay, let me draw some details into this finger too, or this hand. Let's see. Okay, I think that'll work. That looks pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to switch over to Sharpie now. See if we can keep it going this time. And I'm going to use a fine point Sharpie and a Sharpie pen. And I'm going to use a Sharpie pen first, just for the control, because it's a lot thinner than that one. So I'm going to draw the eyes first. So I like to draw the top of the eyes, the eyelids, like that, if I can ever get this Sharpie to work. Just to make sure I got them spaced where I want them versus the way the shape of the head, or the angle of the head. And I like it, so I'm going to have her looking at you like this. A little at you. So here's where I had the problems before. So I'm going to try to put just a little bit of a pupil. Just a little. But see, this is where I wanted to add like a little bit of a cat eye, you know, detail. But I bled too much. Okay. So let's see if I can do it over here too. So again, it's kind of falling off where I can go. Okay, so that's as far as I want to go. I don't want to go any further because it's gonna do exactly what it did before, which is bleed. So I'm gonna draw her bridge to her eyebrow like that. And this one again, I'm going to just draw the eyebrow like that. And I'll just draw a little bit of the bridge like that into the nose. So the nose, I'm going to do like that. I'm going to go ahead and draw a little bit more because you can see more from the way her head is angled. Okay, so let's draw her mouth. I'm going to have her smiling a little bit like that. And then draw the bottom of her lip, and then I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to let color take care of the rest, and I don't want to mess anything else up. So I'm going to draw her chin, and I'll bring it up to the side of her face, like this. And I'm going to thicken it up just a little bit, just to give me cohesiveness with the other Sharpie I'm about to use. It's like super thick. Okay, and if I can ever get this Sharpie to work, I'm going to thicken it up. Okay, and let's see, I'm going to draw that thing on top of her head first because I need edges to hit her hair, and so this will help me get there instead of just floating and guessing to when the next part is going to be. Okay, and again, this is what I did last time too. It doesn't hang off her head like this, but I had fun with it drawing it like that. I thought it was really cool to hang it off like this. Alright, so I'm going to bring this one down and over, then up. And then do the same thing over here. Now again, it doesn't flare out as much, but I don't know, I liked it. I liked the kind of the look to it, you know, so I'm going to do that. But anyway, that's all I'm going to do for the face. I don't want to do much more because I want the makeup to take care of the rest of that. So now that I have edges, I can draw the hair tendrils that are hanging down. And I like doing it like this, like at a dramatic curve, you know, because like she's moving. She's not just posing. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other side, and let's see, it's going to come down something like that. So again, kind of the whole dramatic curve, just to give it our style, you know, something fun. Then just draw the other side parallel to it. I'm going to thicken it up just a little bit. If you're using a pencil, you don't have to do that. But see, now it gave me an edge. I can actually draw up to here now, and I don't know, I'm not just guessing at where it's going to be. Okay. All right, and her ears back behind here. Okay, so something like that. And let's see, so now I can draw, let's see, I can draw her hair, but I should probably draw, this is what I did last time too. I'm going to draw her fist because it goes in front of this back little, not pom-pom, pigtail, I guess, whatever that is on the side here. So let's draw the fist, and I'm going to use the big Sharpie, so I'm going to switch over to it now. And it's got this big blocky thing. I don't know what they are. Maybe you guys know better on her gloves. That cover up a lot of her gloves, so her hands, so there's not much I can really do there. I can just basically draw the meat of her hand to her pinky, like that. Then draw the other fingers coming down, but you know what? The thumb is right there, so they're going to kind of cover up anything else. Okay, so the thumb's coming in like that and like this, and I'll go ahead and draw that back part just a little bit, you know, a lot thinner, because it's this weird thing that kind of comes up here and here. I keep saying weird, but I only say it's weird because I don't understand it. It's not weird, it's cool. It's a nice design. Okay? Alright. Okay, that's enough for cuff, so now I'm going to draw the rest of her hair, now that I have an edge here, okay? Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to draw her hair back, and it's going to go into a pigtail here, so I'm just going to do this. Draw that little knob of a hair tie, I guess is what that is. And there, see how it was going behind her fist, so I just want to make sure I drew it in there before I got too crazy with it. Alright, so something like that. So now I'm going to draw the rest of her head. So I have edges to work with. And that's really what a lot of this is planning what's going to go where, so I have edges to draw. Okay, there's the little pigtail of this one. Alright, so then this hair goes back, and it kind of goes around this thing here, which is like is that a comb? Looks like a spoon to me, but you know, I'm uncultured, so I don't know about half this stuff. Alright, so now I can draw the edge of it here, sticking out, then the rest of it sticking out like this. And I think I'm good with the head. Let me just thicken up some of this just to make sure it's going to be cohesive with the big Sharpie I'm about to use. And we're good. So I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie now. How's yours look? Awesome. Alright. Okay, so let's see. Let's draw her neck. I'm going to come down like this, come out, and then she's got a little leather collar on. Something like that. And we're going to draw her collar, her big collar. So basically it's going to come out and do something like this, and it kind of jets out like that. So same thing here. I'm going to come over here, come down, and do like that. So it almost reminds me of her hair, how it just kind of sticks out from her jacket. It's kind of cool, kind of crazy. So now I can draw, let's draw her arm, because that's in front first. So I'm going to flare it out a little bit, come down to the elbow. We're going to go ahead and draw the whole thing, because there's a lot of folds and creases that are cutting it off, you know. Alright, so this is her shoulder pad. I'm going to do something like that, and it's got some studs on it. So I'm just going to do this. And then I'll do the same thing over here so you see what I'm talking about, what I was doing. I'm going to do this and go like that. I'm going to draw a stud here, a stud there, stud here, stud there. Okay? Alright, but this one's higher because she's got her wrist up, you know? Let's go ahead and draw a few. Well, here, let's draw the edge of her jacket. So you'll be right there with me. I'm going to draw some folds and creases, if I can get this Sharpie to work. Alright. There we go. Just something like that, just because she's got her jacket, her arm up, so that means it's all bunged up right there, you know? Okay, so let's do the other side here. So I'm gonna, before I draw this edge, I'm just gonna go ahead and draw the arm, and I'll explain why in a bit. So there's her shoulder, down to her, the crook of her arm, to the wrist, which has got the little cuff like that, down to the elbow. I'm gonna come up here and stop right about there. Okay, so the reason I stopped there is because the rest of this is pretty much anatomy, because she's just wearing such a skin-tight suit. I don't have to worry about anything else, but I do need to draw this edge all at one time. I don't need to, I just like to. So I'm going to do it all together. So let's finish up this hand. And there's that weird blocky thing. The inside to her pinky. Other fingers. Thumb in front. Like this. And like that. So now I'm just going to draw a couple of fine line edges. Just because it was all, you know, folded. Okay, so yeah, so let's do some more creases and folds. Just to show that, you know, she's got her arm bent. Like that. Okay, and so now, again, I'm just basically drawing anatomy. So what I'm going to do is just draw her body shape all the way down. So her jacket is going to come, like I said, that's floating off the jacket. So her breast is first in front. And it's going to come down here like this to her stomach. And then her hip, her thigh, her knee, her shin to about where the boot is right there. And see how I wanted it with one cohesive line? I just like drawing like that. So now I'm going to do the other part of her jacket just kind of sticking out like that. That way we know it's there, you know? Okay, so now let's do the other side. Let's do let's see, her arm will come through here. There's her waist, her hip to her buttocks, her thigh, down to her knee, to her calf, and then that's where the edge is going to be. So we're going to go ahead and draw the other side there to her knee, to her inner thigh, to her crotch, and the back of her, her butt's going to be right there. It's going to come through. The back of her legs is going to touch right about there, to the back of her knee, to the calf, to the boot again. So see, nice and cohesive. Color will take care of the rest, but it's one complete suit. Okay? So now we just got to draw her boots. And so I'm going to draw something like this. A little stylized, a little flare. Going to come in like this. Same thing, going to come down. Little bumps for some folds. Going to come down to the toe. Like this. Come across. And then it's got like the little high heel thing right there. And let's add some detail, just a little bit. So I'm going to add just a few little creases like that, just to show that it was a shoe that's actually, you know, being bent. We're going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to do the edge of her boot, something like that. It's going to come down to the front. Let's draw the back so it'll all make sense. Then we're going to draw the front of the boot down like this, go across up to the heel like that, but it has the little heels like that. The little Japanese heels, right? That's pretty cool. So I'm going to add a few more creases and folds. Just a bit, like that. And I think I'm going to take care of the rest with color. And that actually didn't come out too bad. It came out really close to the other one. So, you know, yay for persistence and doing it again. So let's take care of the rest with color. So that is Takara. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.